guys, Coleman here, the Up North Picker. As we go into this new year, one of the things I've been really concentrating on lately, well, if you're going to pick in the Up North, you have to have a wide variety of things you can pick up. But I've been concentrating on looking at vintage clothes. And right now, especially since it's winter, vintage winter clothes. And so when I was at my local thrift store the other day, I decided to really take some time and go look through the coats and the basic heavier duty stuff. Now, at this thrift store, all the coats are $5, and so I really try to look, if you could find, you want to find vintage, but also if you can find Polaris, Arctic Cat, Carhartt, those kind of things, you probably want to grab those too if they're $5. But, so let me show you some of the things I found. Now here we got a Team Arctic Cat. This is old school style, so I have to look this up to see. It says Thief River Falls, Minnesota in there. So I have an idea. It's made in Taiwan, but race cat pullover. It's light duty. It's not a huge coat. But for $5, this reminds me of what used to come out in the 90s. And I have to look up exact tags on these, but I think that this potentially is vintage. It's got the, the more almost starter jacket style. And so I have to look up the tags. I mean, saying Thief River Falls on there, I think might make it a little older, but we'll see. But these are $5. And so I grab like snowmobiling, four-wheeling, those kind of coats too, all the time because there's a buyer for that stuff. Especially in good conditions. And so we're looking at the vintage clothing here. And, nice old buttons. Russell Scott, made in the USA. And now we always look at all your tags. Now, this is a delicate dry clean only. Now, if there's a dry clean only tag, and some sort of taking care of tags in the inside, that means that they were made after, I believe it's 1971, because in 1971, clothing companies had to put care tags on. There was a government rule. And so you can always tell if something's older than like this, back in the 60s or 50s because of the tag. Now, but you got another one right here. This is the Union Made tag. Now, if there's a Union Made tag, then you know it's vintage too and it's old. So this is probably, I have to look up exact specs, but with Union Made tags and some sort of care tag, it's probably at least from the 70s. And made in the USA, Union. So, it's a nice coat. Old school. Looks like a woman's coat most likely. I don't know. I'm never quite sure on coats and sizing and all that. But I started to just grab all of them I could that are vintage because they're going to go well. I mean, vintage clothing goes from $30 up into hundreds. And so, but at $5, you should do well. But, watch for condition and all that. I had another one in my cart. And when I pulled it out of the cart, all the buttons fell off. And so, I put that one back. But look at it right here. This is a Pendleton. Pendleton's a good brand. Warranted to be 100% virgin wool. Made in the USA, size large, for $5. This one's probably going to make me some money. Dry clean. Now, we look at all these. Now, a lot of these, they need a little bit of touch up because they're wool and everything's sold out. You got to dry clean them. I don't dry clean them. But because they're wool, they'll have a tendency to just get hair on them and stuff. So just run a lint cleaner over them generally, or spot clean them if you need to. But I'm generally not going to. This one's got a zipper. I'm not going to dry clean things. I mean, unless that thing is worth a buttload of money. And once again, 100% new wool mark. Professionally dry clean. So you gotta always look for all of your tags in there to let you know what you're looking at. But Pendleton is a name to look out for. Look out for that name. That's a good one, I believe. And wool, 100% wool coats like that, they tend to do well. Here's another one, Forecaster, made in the USA, of Boston. I believe I had another one of this brand, but I'm pretty sure the buttons fell off. Let's see, another wool coat. These are heavy duty wool coats. And when we look at our style, we got a tag on the inside, extra button, professionally dry clean, size 4. Size 4, so I'm guessing that's a women's coat, huh? No, you know, Forecaster, made in the USA, probably from the 80s. So, these whole wool coats like these, for $5, I'm going to pick them up all day. And one last one, big old full wool trench coat. Another Forecaster. So somebody donated, of Boston, somebody donated, you know, a bunch of their old coats and stuff. And so, yeah, you're always looking, made in the USA, I'm going to buy it. And then you always look at your inside tags. You're always looking for tags. Size 16. Especially dry cleaned. Wool and those, they tend to want to be dry cleaned. Size 16. Very nice inside. Lot. Size 16. Unite. Union of Needle Traders, Industrial and Textile Employees Unite. So we got a union tag in there. Union tags mean they're going to be vintage. And made in the USA generally tells you that too, but union tags are good. They're a plus on any vintage clothes. Alright, so that was, I only had just a little bit of time because they were closing in 15 minutes, and so I had to just blast through their coats. But so that'll show you just in a small town thrift that you can pull a bunch of vintage clothing out of there. And so it doesn't hurt to look, and at $5 a piece you're not going to lose on them. Alright guys, if you haven't, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and let's do this. New year. Alright, Coleman, the Up North Picker, out.